No simple explanation for why the final days of the life of Jesus had to play out as they did. There is no ambiguity, however, as to the meaning of what happened on the Sunday following his burial.
After Jesus rose from death early on Sunday, he appeared first to Mary Magdalene, from whom he had driven out 7 demons. She went and told his companions. They were mourning and crying, and when they heard her say that Jesus was alive and that she had seen him, they did not believe her. Mark 16:9.
Jesus soon appears before his apostles and scolds them for not having faith. He then gives his final instruction.
Go throughout the whole world and preach the gospel to all people. Whoever believes and is baptized will be saved. Whoever does not believe will be condemned. Mark 16:15.
Did Christ literally appear before his disciples, as the Gospels recount? For many Christian scholars today, the resurrection presents the most challenging aspect of the New Testament.
If we were to find the body of Jesus in a tomb in Jerusalem today, and it was without any doubt the body of Jesus, would that destroy Christian faith? It certainly would not destroy my Christian faith. What happens to bodies, I leave up to God.
Another way to understand it would be in terms of the grief process, that it happens, that a lot of times when people have lost someone very close to them, they weep and mourn a great deal. They don't eat. They become very fatigued. They can't sleep. And sometimes visions occur in that situation, that they will see the loved person, standing at the foot of their bed or somewhere else, that they will have an experience of a vision of that person, and then they feel better, they feel hopeful.
For those who never knew him while he lived, what persuaded them to commit to the teachings of Jesus?
What makes Jesus significant is that after his death, his followers said that God had raised him from the dead, and that he himself had conquered the major force of evil, the force of death. They convinced other people that Jesus had been raised from the dead. Christianity then began as a religion that subscribed to the death and resurrection of Jesus rather than the apocalyptic message of Jesus himself. And so if Jesus' followers had not proclaimed his death and resurrection, we wouldn't have Christianity.
After the Lord Jesus had talked with them, he was taken up to heaven and sat at the right side of God. Mark 16:19.
Would Jesus' following have grown steadily after his death without the inspirational narratives of Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John? The impact of the written word on early Christianity cannot be fully measured. What is known, of course, is that the movement would flourish. Then and now, Jesus holds a spiritually meaningful place in the hearts and minds of multitudes of men and women.
And I think Jesus' concern was not just the transformation of individuals, but of society, of all the people in their relationship. I don't think he would think in our individualistic terms. It was a transformation of the people. And he suffered with the people. He felt what they felt. He struggled as they struggled. He himself suffered at the hands of those who hated him and persecuted him to death.
You cannot go where I am going, and now I give you another commandment. Love one another. If you have love for one another, then everyone will know that you are my disciples. John 13:35.